you. Thank you, conference.
Keir Starmer hadn't started his speech when a protester for a splinter electoral reform group leapt on the stage.
True democracy is citizen-led. Politics needs an update.
For one moment, the Labour leader's near-perfect grip over his conference faltered. The protester was dragged off.
Update politics! Let people decide!
An official told Keir Starmer to take his jacket off. And the crowd willed him on.
If he thinks that bothers me, he doesn't know me. Protest or power, that's why we changed our party, conference. That's why we changed our party. Thank you.
The ad-libs seemed to link the disruptor with the party Jeremy Corbyn led. Under Keir Starmer's leadership, the Labour Party was reaching out to Tory voters.
If you feel our country needs a party that conserves, that fights for our union, our environment, the rule of law, family life, the careful bond between this generation and the next, then let me tell you, Britain already has one, and you can join it. It's this Labour Party.
There would be reforms under a Labour government, Keir Starmer said, but some in his party wouldn't like all of them.
Conference, do not doubt the hard road either. Because if all we do is place the NHS on a pedestal, then I'm afraid it will remain on life support. I know some people don't like the word reform, but I tell you now, there's no other option.
Keir Starmer acknowledged voters questioned whether Labour still had a burning desire for change. His approach to planning, he said, proof it did.
There is one barrier so big, so imposing, that it blocks out all light from the other side. A blockage that stops this country building roads, grid connections, laboratories, train lines, warehouses, wind farms, power stations. An obstacle to the aspirations of millions, now and in the future, who deserve the security of home ownership. A future hidden by our restrictive planning system. And conference, we must bulldoze through it.
A Labour government would build on low-grade greenbelt land. He called it grey belt. It would compel foot-dragging councils to develop housing and build another generation of new towns to help meet the party's house-building target.
And there will be resistance from people who say, no, we don't want Britain's future here. My message to them is this: a future must be built.
Keir Starmer said Tory government had put the country in a stranglehold of decline. It would take a decade of Labour to repair it.
If you think our job in 1997 was to rebuild a crumbling public realm, that in 1964 it was to modernise an economy left behind by the pace of technology, that in 1945 to build a new Britain out of the trauma of collective sacrifice, then in 2024 it will have to be all three. All three.
Jeremy Corbyn tweeted out an attack on his successor for letting arms firms and climate vandals into his conference. Keir Starmer rejoiced at the speed with which he buried his predecessor.
We have come so far already. We've dragged this party back to service, and we can do the same for politics.
In all, Keir Starmer got 11 standing ovations, one for backing Israel's right to defend itself. His aides were ecstatic with that. His new Chief of Staff, Sue Gray, joined in the applause. Around 6% of the people at this conference are delegates with a vote. Thousands more have turned up from business, desperate to get to know what they think could be a government in waiting. Gary Gibbon, Channel 4 News at the Labour Party conference in Liverpool.